is suspecting everybody. But is that going to lead us to our destination? Will that lead us to our destination? I doubt. That is why we must be very, very careful in whatever we are doing. I have made a message here where I say we must put every information to test. The criminality of Nigeria is so much. I want us to listen to this message delivered by Mazen Nandekan, delivered by the lawyer of Mazen Nandekan. It is important that we pay attention and see, once it happens, we'll bring it and we'll talk about it, whether good or bad. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Good morning, all lovers of freedom. My name is Nemeke Jofo, one of the lawyers to Mazen Nandekan. Today is the 15th of March, 2026. I've been in Sokoto since on the 13th of March, 2026, to consult with my client, Mazen Nandekan. And I'm happy to announce to us that we had very fruitful discussions, and there will be so many emerging issues to be handled and to be treated in a very short while. There will be established a 100-man committee.
Mazen Nandekan is going to establish 100-man committee. 100-man committee is coming. And that committee will be led by Mazen Nandekan himself. He has been very silent for a very long time. It's been 5 years. And since there is nobody out there among all the people that are talking about Biafra that can be able to unite all the Biafrans together, Mazen Nandekan is taking charge. And he's creating a committee that is going to do that work. I want you to listen to this lawyer that made Mazen Nandekan.
There will be established a 100-man committee, a 100-man committee that will be in charge of so many things to come. The 100-man committee will be headed by Mazen Nandekan himself, and there will be other deputies.
Mazen Nandekan will be the leader of that 100-man committee and other deputies. I can't wait to see them because it is important. Unity. It is important, more important than anything you can talk about. More important, more especially now that the world is focusing on Nigeria. I thank Chukwu Okike for this initiative. We are waiting to see what it's going to be.
Assist him in heading this 100-man committee, and I want to tell us that he is of high spirit despite the incarceration, and he has told us that we must remain one at all times. We must maintain focus at all times. We must be united at all times. He also expressed his thank you to the governor of Abia State for being a very democratic man, for not interfering with the rally to release him, for not interfering with the fundamental rights of people who came in to rally for the release of Mazen Nandekan. So the governor will thank you, the legal team will thanks you. You have done well. You have acted as if you are not a Nigerian politician. You acted like an American politician who believes in the human right of people. We thank you, God will bless you. And by the grace of God, with the good works we are doing in Abia State, we are likely going to have a second term. And I want to thank all those who are assisting one way or the other to see that Mazen Nandekan is free. We want to thank you. Be steadfast in your pursuit for justice. Be steadfast in your pursuit for love. Be steadfast in your pursuit for freedom. God will help us. And as I bid you farewell from the Sultan Abubakar III, Sultan Abubakar III Airport, I want to say thank you. Yes, I want to say also thank you to Shore, Sahid, and all those who came in to rally. You see, the funny thing is that Shore, Sahid, and all the others, they are not Igbos. They are Yorubas, but they believe in the struggle for freedom. They believe in the independence of people. They believe in self-determination. Not all those who are scared of the freedom of other people. So we thank those committees. We thank those who came in from Lagos, from the Urobo Biafra. We thank all of you for
So you have heard it. This information is coming from Mazen Nanikan. You can see him there in the airport in Sokoto as he want to leave before he deliver the message. You know? So this is not the one you will say, oh, it's not Mazen Nanikan, did he say it? Mazen Nanikan did not say it. I am not ready to listen to all those nonsense this time around. For me, I am interested in how we are going to hold ourselves together. Mazen Nanikan remain the symbol of this very struggle. He remained the symbol of this very struggle. If it were when Mazen Samuel was around, it is a different ballgame. Mazen Samuel was able to take charge. Mazen Samuel was able to take charge, and he was in reconciliation. He was working so hard in reconciliation, even with the enemies. He was always given an open card for them, and he was relating with Mazen Nanikan and his lawyers. I don't know why. I don't know where some of us left our brain. When Mazen Nanikan someone was here, he was in touch with the lawyers at all times. Even when he had a problem with the Jimako, Aloy Jimako, he still was getting in touch with the other lawyers to reach out to Mazen Nanikan. Even when Jimako messed up, he cautioned him and went away and still came back. They were still related. They were still communicating to make sure that that gap is not closed, to make sure that that very lane is not closed. But today, it is unfortunate that we cannot be able to do anything. But the most important thing that finally today, I can't wait to see those 100 men committee. That 100 men committee, I can't wait to see what it comprises of. And that will be a step forward for us to know, at least for people, this confusion to stop. So many Biafrans today are no longer talking about Biafra agitation. Some don't even know where to go. Some are genuinely seeking for Biafra, but they don't have the right information. Instead, they engage in saga. They engage in attacking each other. They engage in propaganda, even speaking against people that are fighting genuinely. That is why, for me, I don't believe in attacking anybody. At the end of the day, the truth will definitely come out. Whatever you know you are doing and your heart convinces you to do it. Continue. Continue. If you know you are doing evil and your heart tells you are doing evil and you still continue, go ahead. Good luck for you. At the end of the day, after this Biafra has come, every one of us will give account of his or her stewardship. It's going to happen. At the end of the day, every one of us will give account. And by the way, when this Biafra comes, you cannot drive anybody away and say, oh, you don't come in, this one don't. Every one of us will go back home. And we are going to face the law of the land. We will face the law of the land. If I have done anything evil, I will face the consequence. The law is there. If they take me to court, I face the court of Biafra. If the court of Biafra finds me guilty, I will face it. But if I'm innocent, I will move. And that is how it's supposed to be. So why do we have to be clean ourselves simply because even of Biafra have not seen yet? When Biafra come, you can't stop anybody from coming. The good, the bad, and the ugly are going to come back home. The good, the bad, and the ugly are going to come. And who will decide who is the good and the bad and the ugly? It is the court, the law of the land. So why don't you have patience until then? Some of us that are fighting today are shouting and talking blah, 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 claiming what they are not. When Biafra comes, you might even have any position there. And I'm telling you, in case you don't know, there cannot be any restoration without Mazen Nandekano's presence in it. There is nothing, nobody is going to recognize anything without Mazen Nandekano in it. He is the leader of the struggle. Mazen Nandekano is the leader of the struggle and will continue to lead. The whole world knows that. The United States knows that. Israel knows that. They know that he is the leader of the struggle. So even if they want to make any move for recognition, they must contact him. They must reach out to him. Before any negotiation, it will be with Mazen Nandekano, in case you do not know. That is why when I see people who are fighting Mazen Nandekano, like the DOS and their agents that are talking against Mazen Nandekano, I laugh at them because they don't know what they're doing. Those agents don't know what they are doing. Only idiots we listen to them. Only idiots we obey them. Only idiots we buy into that idea. castigating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his image and personality. If you destroy the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and personality, Biafra is gone. Biafra is gone. In case you don't know. With the sacrifice he has made, with the truth he brought into Biafra, with the facts and figures and the suffering he has gone through, if you destroy him and take him out, I bet you will see nothing. You will not achieve anything. So all these things they are doing, talking with Nolon Neck and her group doing, just a waste of time. And that is why I say they are not working for Biafra. They are not working for our freedom. They are agents of the enemies. Nigerian government is fighting hard, and they have paid a lot. Nigerian government have paid a lot. They have paid a lot to destroy the image of Biafra. They are using our governors. They are using the saboteurs. They are using the media. They are using Biafrans themselves against us. And they are paying huge amounts. They are using propaganda and blackmail and force. You know, every time when I come here, I talk about the false flag. When I talk about false flag, people will not understand. There is a recent one that is trending. Now, the new false flag that is trending, they went and brought something that happened somewhere else, and they are saying in Biafra land. It didn't start today. They have been doing it long, long ago. So many of you must have seen their video. If you are not seeing it, I'm going to play the video so that we can go through it together. For you to understand how evil Nigerian government is. They don't want us to solve. I want us to go through this video together. Let us listen and hear it. The new trending that every one of you have seen, some of you
lying about how they discover bomb factory, NATO ammunition in Imo State. The video will reveal how the Nigerian army is now involved in huge propaganda against the Igbo people. It all started with a press statement on March 12, 2026. Lieutenant Colonel Olabisi Olalekan Ayeni, the acting deputy director of Army Public Relations, 82 Division Nigerian Army, signed and published an announcement. The headline says, troops of Operation Udoka had reopened a road in Imo State shut for 3 years, dismantled an IPOB bomb factory, and recovered Biafran flags, NATO ammunition, and IED making materials. The press was dramatic. It was detailed. It named dates, March 6 and March 11, 2026. It named location, Osu Eketutu, Osu Ihetukwa. It named collaborating agencies, Navy, Air Force, DSS, Police, NSCDC. It had the full weight of official military authority behind it.
You can imagine all the forces they sent to Biafra land. Navy, Air Force, against the Liberation Army, against our Liberation Army, people that are fighting for a genuine cause of freedom. But in the northern part of Nigeria, where the terrorists are running rampage, they don't care. You cannot hear this kind of news that they send military every report in Biafra land. That is the propaganda they push to make our land look chaotic. Even though our land remains the most peaceful place in Nigeria till today, till this minute as we speak, the most peaceful place. Listen to that news.
And attached to it were photographs. That was their mistake. As you can see, these are the photographs. Now, embedded on 2 of those photographs, visible to anyone who look, was a GPS mass camera stamp. The kind automatically generated by a widely used Android application that records location and time data at the precise moment a photo is taken. The data cannot be fabricated within the app. It pulls directly from the phone's satellite positioning system. Even though they blurred the geolocation of that image, the GPS map gave them out.
You see?
The timestamp read, instead of March 2026, the timestamp recorded the date as 22nd May 2024. Time 2 p.m. Latitude 7.68, longitude 4.89. Address OK Ogun, Oyo State.
Fake people.
The second image was also taken on 22nd May 2024.
Something that happened in Oyo State. They projected as something that happened in the Biafra land. They took a picture of events since that happened in Yoruba land. They will push it and they are writing it and telling people that it happened in Biafra land with pictures. And they were caught red-handed. You know, we have said this so many times. This is the same way they were conducting their so-called enforcement of sit at home. Every insecurity in Biafra land is created and forced by Nigerian government just to make us look evil, just to make our effort look violent. They want to make the agitation look violent. They want to remove the sympathy that we have. Sometimes they will come and give you skeletons. People that they Asere Dokubo and his group killed. The same Nigerian group, Asere Dokubo group, the Tiger Base, and other criminals that they employ, the people that they murdered, they will go and film it and they will tell you the Liberation Army. Just like they are announcing here, they have taken over the camp, they take over the village, and they parade different kinds of armored tank, armored personnel, and different kinds of forces. What a shame. And in this one, they were busted. They were busted red-handed.
2026. And the address was Ikorodu, Lagos, Nigeria.
Imagine.
Oyo State, not Imo State. Ikorodu, Lagos State, not Imo State.
Ikorodu, something that happened in Ikorodu.
Oke Ogun, a farming region in southwest Nigeria, not the mother valley of Osu, Eketutu in southeast. Let us be precise what it takes for a photograph like this to end up in an official military press release.
Imagine.
Someone had to select the image. Someone had to decide it was suitable for publication. Someone had to attach it to the document. Someone had to approve the release. And then, critically, someone decided that the second image, the one with the same scene and the same story, needed its metadata erased before it could be published alongside the first. This is not a one-person mistake. This is a process, a pipeline, a decision chain that produced, reviewed, approved, and published fabricated photographic evidence in an official communication from a national military institution. Africa Check, Nigeria's most respected independent fact-checking organization, has documented multiple previous instances of Nigerian actors,
Every time
military adjacent sources, recycling old photographs as
fake
fresh
images and
evidence,
photograph
old images
to
stripped
blackmail
for
Biafra.
context, repurposed for new narrative, attached to events they have no connection to. It is a pattern in Nigeria's information environment. What makes this case different is not the technique. The technique is familiar. What makes it different is who is doing it. This is not an anonymous Twitter account. This is not a partisan
federal government
blogger.
is doing it.
This is the official press apparatus of the Nigerian Army 82 Division, publishing fabricated evidence under an officer's name and rank, distributed to mainstream Nigerian newspapers, broadcast on televisions, republished without question. And almost no one in the mainstream Nigerian media asked a single question about the photograph. The GPS data was right there, visible in plain sight on the image, and the Nigerian press, with honorable individual exceptions, reprinted the Army's press release as fact and move on. Now let us talk about what was happening in Nigeria during the same week that this press release was being written, approved and published. Between March 3rd and March 9, 2026, a single 7-day period, Boko Haram and its ISWAP affiliate launched a coordinated campaign of attack across Borno State that security analysts have described as one of the deadliest weeks for the Nigerian military since the Matele massacre of 2018, when at least 118 soldiers were killed at a single base. On March 3rd, 2026, Boko Haram stormed a military base in Ngoshi, Goza local government area of Borno State. On March 5th, ISWAP released video documentation of simultaneous attacks on 4 separate Nigerian army camps in Manok, Jakana, Mate, and Kondoga, all struck on the same day. The video showed the aftermath. It showed captured weapons. It showed dead Nigerian soldiers. ISWAP published it themselves. On March 9, ISWAP overran the military base in Kukuwa local government area. Lieutenant Colonel Umar Farouk, the commanding officer, was killed alongside his troops. This was the 3rd commission officer killed by ISWAP in the space of that single week. By the time the count was tallied, more than 100 Nigerian soldiers had been killed in 7 days. Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume of Borno South confirmed the scale of displacement and casualties.
And they are not
Governor Babagana Zulu of Borno State made urgent public calls for a coordinated military offensive. The Washington Post published an investigation. AP ran dispatches. The global press covered what was clearly one of Nigeria's worst military weeks in years. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration issued no presidential statement specifically addressing the scare of casualties from that week. But 3 days after the last of those soldiers died in Borno State, the 82 Division Nigerian Army published a polished press release about a bomb factory in Imo State, illustrated with photographs taken in Oyo State 2 years ago. There are Nigerians alive today who remember the Southeast as the safest region in the country. Anambra State in particular was known not for armed conflict, but for its universities, its market, its roads, its commerce,
Yes.
the Igbo entrepreneurial culture, the Eze Go School spirit, the traders in every major city in the continent was not a culture built on violence.
At
It was
all.
built on
Has never
movement,
been, and is
exchange,
not
and
today.
relentless self-improvement. The insurgency in southeastern Nigeria did not begin in a vacuum. According to Wikipedia's documented history of the conflict, it broke out formally on January 16, 2021, when the Nigerian Army moved to crush the parliamentary wing of IPOB, the Eastern Security Network, in Olu, Imo State. Since 2021, the region has deteriorated. Sit-at-home orders disrupted commerce. Armed groups operating under various banners kill security personnel. The military launched operations that human rights organizations documented, resulted in civilian casualties and displacement. By mid-2024, a vast stretch of woodland between Anambra and Imo State had reportedly become a no man's land. None of this means that the security problem in the southeast are fabricated. They are real. People have died. Roads have been closed. Communities have been terrorized. That is not in dispute. What is in dispute is the integrity of the institution tasked with addressing those problems, and whether that institution is using real security challenges as cover for a political and ethnic narrative that goes far beyond legitimate counter-insurgency.
That is what they are doing.
When every single army press release from the southeast features Biafran flags as a central visual shorthand for terrorism,
Yes.
when the word proscribed is attached to IPOB and Biafra
Every
in
time.
every sentence until the two words become inseparable in the public mind, when photographs from other states and other years are deployed to make the southeast look like a war zone, we are no longer in the territory of security operations. We are in the territory of narrative warfare against an ethnic
Absolutely.
identity.
That is what it is. Narrative
Older
warfare.
Nigerians, those who were adults in the years between 1966 and 1970, we recognize the rhythm of what is happening now. Before the Civil War, the targeting of Igbo communities was preceded by a sustained propaganda campaign.
That is
Stories
what
of
they are
Igbo
still doing.
aggression, Igbo arrogance,
The Civil War
Igbo
has not ended.
separatism,
But
the
some
framing
our
of
idiots will
Igbo
not
economic
understand.
success as a threat, the gradual equation of Igbo identity with disloyalty to the Nigerian state. Language was the first weapon, images and narrative were the second, violence was the third. We are not in 1966. The context is different, the weapons are different, the actors are different, but the structure of the script is recognizable to anyone who has
Yes.
read the history honestly. When an official military institution deploys falsified evidence to paint a specific ethnic region as the home of bomb factories and terrorism, while simultaneously releasing the real perpetrators of mass violence against Nigerian soldiers
Absolutely.
from the pressure of official accountability, that is not counter-insurgency.
It is
That
not.
is ethnic targeting dressed in military
Ethnic
uniform.
targeting. That is the
Every
word.
Biafran flag in a military press release
Ethnic targeting. That is what you see. Every time anything that has to do with Biafra people, anything, any trouble they see, they will attach it with IPOB, Biafra flag, and they will make it look violent. Everything that is ethnic cleansing and targeting, that is what is happening in Nigeria. And I hope the world is watching. The same thing they did in 1967. First of all, blackmailing the people. They said Ojuku caused a war. They entered into and begin to kill Biafrans. They started with that their leader was murdered by the Igbos. Something that was done by young military officers of Nigeria. Not for the Igbos. That was done for Nigeria. Even the purpose of it was to put a Yoruba man in power. But they used their media to push that propaganda. At the end of the day, we lost more than 5 million people. We lost. The same thing is still happening today. today, it is the same narrative, the same line of thought, the same thing. That's what is still happening today. And some of us are still busy blabbing. Some of us are still busy talking about nonsense. Some of us are still busy talking about irrelevant issues. It is sad, but it is coming. I thank God for the focus of the United States of Nigeria. I thank God for United States focus, and by speaking up and all these videos that is coming out from right there and what we are doing, information will be going. Thank God for social media. They can't stop it. This propaganda, ethnic cleansing is what they are planning again after taking more than 5 billion, and they want to take more. And it's still ongoing. We don't have anybody to speak for us. No governor, no minister, no politician, nobody, no traditional ruler, no elite is speaking up about these issues. The insecurity in Biafra land is created and orchestrated by the Nigerian government themselves. They sponsor it, they create the false flag, and they come back and they take innocent life. Let's listen.
As the home of bomb factories and terrorism, while simultaneously releasing the in 1966 and 1970, we recognize the rhythm of what is happening now. Before the Civil War, the targeting of Igbo communities was preceded by a sustained propaganda campaign. Stories of Igbo aggression, Igbo arrogance, Igbo separatism, the framing of Igbo economic success as a threat, the gradual equation of Igbo identity with disloyalty to the Nigerian state. Language was the first weapon. Images and narrative were the second. Violence was the third. We are not in 1966. The context is different. The weapons are different. The actors are different. But the structure of the script is recognizable to anyone who has read the history honestly. When an official military institution deploys falsified evidence to paint a specific ethnic region as the home of bomb factories and terrorism, while simultaneously releasing the real perpetrators of mass violence against Nigerian soldiers from the pressure of official accountability, that is not counterinsurgency. That is ethnic targeting dressed in military uniform. Every Biafran flag in a military press release is a political statement.
Absolutely.
Every fake photograph is a brick in a narrative structure. And the destination of that narrative structure, if unchallenged, is a place Nigeria has already been, and at the cost of between 1 and 3 million lives. Boko Haram has been at war with Nigeria for over 15 years. In that time, it has evolved from a regional nuisance into one of the most capable jihadi organizations in West Africa. It now uses armed drones. It has diversified its funding, collecting taxes from farming communities in Borno, tapping into cryptocurrency markets, running black market operation across Lake Chad. It coordinates attack across multiple bases simultaneously. It releases its own video documentation of victories, knowing the Nigerian military will deny or minimize them. How has Boko Haram grown this sophisticated while the Nigerian military has spent 15 years fighting it? The answer is not that Nigerian soldiers are cowards. Many are not. Many are brave. Many have died in extraordinary circumstances with inadequate equipment, inadequate intelligence, and inadequate support from an institution that cares more about its own narrative than their survivor. The answer is that an institution rotting from within cannot fight effectively. An institution where the communication department is producing propaganda with falsified photographs while soldiers are being slaughtered cannot course correct. An institution where political calculations drive operational priorities, where the Southeast makes for better headlines than Borno State because the Southeast narrative serves certain political interests. It's an institution that has lost its core function. The Nigerian Army propaganda operation does not exist in isolation. It exists within a broader landscape of institutional decay that has accelerated dramatically in recent years. The press, which should be the first line of accountability, repeated this army statement without question. Major Nigerian newspapers, television stations, and online platforms ran the Imo bomb factory story as fact. The GPS metadata was on the image, the date was on the image, the location was on the image. And the Nigerian press look at all of that and publish the army's version without a single editorial challenge. This is not new. Nigerian mainstream media has become...
It is very clear it is very clear that Nigerian mainstream media have been bought over. They are the worst enemies that the citizens have. Mazen Nandekano said it, and we have been saying it all the time. The worst enemy of the citizens is the press, because they are the ones that push out this false information, this false narrative. You can imagine, you use a picture of something that happened somewhere else entirely to represent a region because you want to destroy it. You want it to look bad. Terrorists is already taking charge of the entire Nigeria, and they don't care. It is so sad. That is why when I see some idiots who claim to be Igbos and they are following this terrorist party called the APC, and they are Igbos, people who are Igbos, you see them, they are following an illegitimate party that want them dead, people that don't want them alive, simply because of what you eat or because you are doing a fraudulent business. Because no genuine businessman will be afraid of whatever they will do. If you know your hand is clean, why must you be afraid? You don't need to be afraid. You need to respect yourself and keep your integrity. There are so many people that have kept their integrity unmatched. There are people they cannot go to, but they saw that this bunch of clowns that have nothing to offer, shameless people, they are there making a protest, a protest for Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is killing us. They are there making a protest. Why, when protest of Mazen Nandekano was called, none of them was there. Protest to free Mazen Nandekano was called. Instead, they were fighting the protest, including their media warriors. They were fighting the protest. What a shame. A protest that was meant to free your leader. Somebody you call your leader. You join them to fight it. Are you not ashamed of yourself? And you will come again in the other hand, you begin to preach. You begin to preach of Biafra, and you're fighting against the leader. How does that add up? And some idiots are there. They didn't attend that protest. They were attending Tinubu rally. These are the people who claim to be equals. Selfish, fraudulent idiots. That is why I love the way one of our brothers addressed them. There's one brother that is always making wave online, have been speaking out. He's in the Riverland area, but he's an Igbo man. General Saboja. General Saboja spoke very, very well about the issue. Fearlessly, he told them what they need to know. And I love that, the way he addressed them. I love the way General Saboja addressed those idiots. He addressed them in a manner that they will never ever forget. I love the way he addressed them. And I'm going to try to play that video. I will play the video the way he addressed them, so that we will know the idiots that we are dealing with. We know the idiots that we are dealing with, who claim to be with Mazen Nandekano, who claim to be Igbos. That is why when some people see them in their behavior, they say we are our own problem. But of course, not all of us. There are so many of us who are committed and genuinely want to be free. There are so many of us who can sacrifice everything sacrificable to see that the right thing is being done. I thank God for the voices like this brother who always speak.
Igbo brothers, I agree to now. Sure, as you say, show will come Abia State to release Nandekano. Come with everybody. Me, I suppose they there. But I know they sound, I know they strong. I suppose they there. But upon that, say show will leave Abuja, leave Lagos, come Abia State. With everybody, all they can. And I see our Igbo brother. Then they receive Sheyi Tinubu. They go receive Sheyi Tinubu for Imo State.
Exactly.
And I see the betrayal. They live to talk about Nandekano. Then they receive who? Sheyi Tinubu. They welcome Sheyi Tinubu for Imo State. Now, so let's see live tomorrow when some people don't say some Igbo people, not be all. Say some Igbo people, they will betray. They will begin saying, why this person they talk like this? Why the person? See them now. It is a life of betrayal.
It is clear.
And I make you see Niger Delta people, they fear to support some Igbo people. Now this thing makes some Niger Delta people, they fear to join the Igbo struggle. They fear to join Igbo people. Now this thing. Show where they were. They are their state. They are back. From our area. Show where they work everywhere. Our Igbo brothers, they busy. They welcome Sheyi Tinubu for Imo State. They drink. They flag us Sheyi Tinubu.
Nonsense.
They tell us say they'll be waiting city boys for Imo State.
City boys, my food.
They flag us city boy for Imo State. Rather show where they were at their state. Tomorrow is a make Niger Delta people join you. Tomorrow is a make Niger Delta people come close to you. Tomorrow is a Niger Delta people they betray. And they see on our life. If they see life, your brother they prison. Our brother they prison in the Kano. They prison. And they busy. They dance, they drink with Sheyi Tinubu for Imo State. They tell us say city boy, city man. And show where they busy, they cry. They work out for sun. Heat they do them. Sweat they pour. Everywhere dust. For Abia State. In Aba they work everywhere. And they busy, they enjoy with Sheyi Tinubu. That means on no value now the Kano. If Niger Delta people don't reach on I say Niger Delta people are betrayal. Rather not be the betrayal. When they look what you know that they do. Tomorrow they say make a job people join you. Tomorrow they say Port Harcourt people join you. Tomorrow they say Niger Delta join you. With this character, this behavior, this betrayal, what would they see for now? All of now. City boy, nobody they talk of Nanda Kalo again. Nobody they talk of Nanda Kalo, city boy, city this. Now, I sorry for now. I sorry for now. Surely, God will bless you. Sorry, sir, I don't come. I know this malaria and typhoid. Sorry, sir, I don't come. I know this strong. But see the Igbo people. See all of them, then they go state, they do city boy. Then they busy, they work at city boy. You, they busy for their state. All this one, like we're talking about you. Betrayal or one love. God will judge all of them. All of them. God will judge all of them.
They will never learn their lesson. They will never learn. That is what we see. So many of us are very, 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 very criminal minded. So many of us. And it's because those set of people he's talking about are fraudulent. They are fraudsters. That is why they cannot afford to say no. Because if they say no, they know what is coming. If they say no to Tinubu, they know that they are gone for good. And that is why you see them betraying themselves, not me.
Betrayal like honor. Sabotua. I share for now. Kubana chief priest. You will be bolobolo.
That is Kubana chief priest. Kubana chief priest. I do have them Kubana.
Show where they have their state. They cry. They protest. Make their religion now the Kano. We are not talking about Biafra. We need to talk about IPOB. We need to talk of IPOB. We need to talk of Biafra. He said, release land the Kano.
Because they will say that
free land the Kano. You dey busy, they welcome President to some who no hold any position. He no hold any position. What if be in position? City boy, not in position.
See, he made a very important point there because the protest was to free Mazen Nandekam. The protest was not talking about Biafra. So because some of them will say they don't want to get involved in the issue of Biafra. When you talk about Biafra, government will come after you. But in that protest, it was to free the innocent. That is what it means. Free the innocent man. The innocent man that you have detained. Free him. That is what the protest was all about. But they could not be able to come down and do what they have to do. Instead, they are supporting the government that is killing them. The government that is destroying, the government that is pushing propaganda and blackmail, the government that is creating false flag operations everywhere in Biafra land. Everywhere, every angle you go, they are creating their false flag. They are creating their, as we speak, even as we are speaking, they are still attacking people in Imo State and destroying houses. And when they do all those things, they will come back and tell you, oh, it is the Liberation Army of Biafra.